Today is 4th of April, Friday, and in this video I will discuss what happened in gold for today. This is the analysis I have made with my mentor, so this is not completely mine, and it was with the help of my teacher. So let's get into this. First we'll start with the Asian session. This was today's day, and let's start off by marking POIs on 1 hour time frame. You will find this is one order block. We will color them in orange. There are no as such order blocks on the top. There is only one here which we'll mark. Okay, now let's go to 15-minute time frame and see what has happened here, what POIs are there. This is a POI, 15 minutes. Let's mark it in red. Sorry, it's pink. Okay, this pink one is 15-minute POI. Then there is one here. It's an inside bar, so you can also take the bigger candle, and the bigger candle is red, so that also becomes an advanced order block. That's why we can take that as well. Next, let's go to 5-minute time frame and see what has happened. On a 5-minute time frame, you'll see this POI was tapped. We'll mark it in black. So this POI was tapped. Next, this POI got tapped, and later this POI got created. And this is where we were observing the market in the beginning of Asian session. So the rest of these moves weren't there yet. So I'll guide you through how I looked at it and how confusing it could be when you're in a live market. Okay, so you wake up first thing in the morning, you open the Asian session, and you see that this order block is tapped, this order block is tapped. There are two major POIs on 15-minute on the top and as well as the bottom. The bottom one has a 1 hour POI too. So now your question is, which POI, 1 hour or 15-minute? Which will be taken? For that, you need to see which POIs are being respected and which are not being respected on lower time frame, especially if you're talking about Asian session. So in the beginning, the first thing we see is this order block was not tapped, but its FVG definitely got tapped. I'll mark its FVG. Let's color it, let's say green. So you'll see its FVG got tapped, and this is where you can make an entry, but I would rather suggest you to wait because still we don't have much confirmation yet. Let's again see what has happened on 15-minute. So you will find on 15 minutes there is a mitigation block. This is actually a weak order block, so let's not consider this one. But then you will find here you have one order block on 15 minutes which will mark in pink. Okay, so this can serve as an obstacle if the price was supposed to go down, and if the price was supposed to go up, then this should serve as a support from where the price will have to break these 5-minute order blocks which it has tapped and respected, and then go towards this POI. Alright, so now we have clue about what is going on 15-minute time frame, 1 hour time frame, and 5-minute time frame. Let's go back to 5 minutes. As I've said, here you saw the FVG being tapped, but this is not the place you take an action, because you are yet unsure if this 15-minute order block will be respected or not, and will the price go down or up. If this 15-minute POI gets respected, then the target would be this one. This will be the first target. Sorry, if this 15-minute POI gets broken, then this will be the target, first target. And if it gets supported, then we will have to see what happens on this order block. So you can see everything is dependent on what happens here in this region where the 15-minute order block is, and then what happens when it taps this 5-minute order block. Let's suppose you had to enter from here, from the green FVG area, then your target should be till this 15-minute order block, but only after this obstacle being removed. There is an obstacle on 5-minute as well. Let me first remove these drawings, these are very distracting. Okay, what I'm saying is, let's say you decided to enter this trade after seeing that this FVG was tapped in the beginning of Asian session and market started moving downwards. So you can't jump right in here just because you saw an FVG being respected. What you have to consider is what is blocking it from the other end, which was this 5-minute order block. So the best thing for you was to wait till the price reaches here and see how it reacts. For that you go on 1-minute time frame, but before that let me tell you, even if you were to, let's say, see that this order block was not being respected and the price indeed wanted to go down, but will that be enough? Because there is again a 15-minute order block here which will again restrict it. So your ideal trade is only about what? Let me show you. Your trade becomes something like this, and that's why it doesn't work. So this entry doesn't work. That's why what you had to do was to wait and watch the markets. Now you will see this 5-minute order block got broken. Okay, that means it wants to go down into this 15-minute order block. Then at the 15-minute order block, let's go on 1-minute time frame. At the 15-minute order block, you will find price respecting it. Only a few wicks got closed below it, and then it created an FVG on 1 minute time frame. And this is somewhere you could have taken a small long position. Let's say here, the stop loss below this. So where will be your target? It will be this order block or liquidity. Mostly this order block because it wasn't taken. Only its FVG was tapped. So this becomes your trade on the opposite direction, on the counter trend, I would say. This was one small scalp. I did not take it. I was rather busy in the sell, being on the sell side, so I did not take it. But next, what do you notice? You see that instead of this order block being broken, it was being respected. And on lower time frame, such as 1 minute, you will very soon find. So if you see in this region, this entire region, it did give you a movement down after tapping the order block, but you'll also see there are no FVGs. So what you should ideally do in such scenario is to not trade and wait for the FVG to get formed. Then you will also see that, just a minute, then you'll also see that there is this order block. It's an inside bar, so let's take the bigger candle. Price also respected this 1 minute buy side order block, and it pushed the price up. So let's say you're still in buying after all of this, and price gets pushed up here, but next later you see there is an FVG and order block formed. It got tapped and price moves down. On 5 minute time frame, let's see what happened on 5 minutes. On 5 minutes too, you will find this minor FVG and this order block which got tapped again, and you get an entry here. Just a minute. Okay, so where do you put your stop take profit? You put it near this liquidity. This will be your stop loss. Nice, 1:6 ratio. And if you see this liquidity being broken, you could have also put it till this liquidity, but it did not reach there, so it's always better to put it till here. Okay, this was the second possible scalp trade of the day, in which we captured the entire Asian session. Now let's see what happens next. If we go on 15-minute time frame, after the Asian session, you'll see that the price taps this red colored candle. Actually, before that, you will find this mitigation block on 15-minute, and this mitigation block is the one that got respected there. Now the price came up again. This was the region. Wait, See, this was the region where we don't trade, and this all got formed just before the London session. Now, what could have been your action plan for the London session? You see, on 15-minute, you find this order block which got formed in Asia. Let's mark it as pink. This one is also 15-minute. Okay. This 15-minute order block got formed in Asia. If we go on 1 hour time frame, again on 1 hour, again in Asia, you will find this order block. We'll mark it as orange. Let me remove all of the drawings so that you can see it clearly what we are talking about. Okay. So there are two overlapping POIs which makes it a unicorn setup. There is a 1 hour POI, there is also a 15-minute POI, and it gets tapped right at the beginning of London session. We'll go to 15 minutes, 5 minutes, and we'll look for displacement. So what we have to see is whether or not price is moving from these POIs, and whether or not it is respecting these left hand side opposite direction order blocks. These are the two things that we need to look at. Okay, so here you will find a buy side order block on 5-minute time frame, which I'll mark as black, which I'll color with black, and you will see how the price pierced through this. It did not respect it, and to make an entry in this cell, you will have to go to 1-minute time frame to find a confirmation. Let's go there. Now we are on 1-minute time frame. On 1 minute you will find that this 1-minute order block was tapped, then this 1-minute mitigation block was tapped, then later after breaking this 5-minute order block, there was this 1-minute order block being formed, and this is where you could make a very safe entry. Let's say here somewhere. You keep your stop loss just above the order block or the order block's liquidity. Then you go on 5 minutes to find your TP. And let's say you keep the TP as Asian sessions low. And this is how you get a nice 1:7, 1:8 ratios trade, and you are able to capture mostly the entirety of London session. Now talking about New York. You will see on 15 minutes that the 1 hour order block got tapped. This orange color 1 hour order block got tapped, and then between the London and New York session, price gave you an upward move till this 15-minute PO and the top. And that is where New York session started. Now something very interesting happened here. If you see, if you go on lower time frame in these regions, you will find there are no order blocks as such. No FVGs, no order blocks that were being formed. Plus, you also had no guarantee where if the price would take this upper 1 hour order block or not. So all we did in the New York session was to wait, because if we were to sell, let's say we were to sell after we saw that the price gave us some movement after tapping this 15-minute order block. So where could your next possible blockage be if the price was supposed to go down from that order block? That blockage would be this 5-minute buy side order block. So what you do is you wait for the price to break it, and then you try to find, on lower time frame, you try to find an FVG and an order block. You'll see here the FVG was created, but then it was tapped very gently. So it wasn't giving us enough of a confirmation that whether the price is going to continue downwards or not. So that's why this trade was avoided or not taken. The sell trade was not taken, and I was also unavailable during the beginning of New York. That's why I wasn't able to take this trade. I came to the screen around here. So there was no point for me to take that trade. But what I did do was I kept waiting for a buy side trade, because after all this fall, it was thought that there could be a possible retracement. So we kept marking on 1 hour, let's say we kept marking these POIs. There was this 1 hour order block, then this liquidity, then this order block. So finally, when we went on 4 hours, let me turn off the sessions. When we went on 4 hours, you will find there was this one very minor order block with FVG, very minor FVG. This was on 4 hour, and price tapped exactly that and gave us a momentum upward. It was a very small momentum. There is also an order block here on 1 hour time frame. If you mark it with orange, that's what you get. And if we go to 15 minutes, all we do is wait for, and 15 minutes there was nothing. So all we do is wait for an FVG to be formed, confirmation for an upside move. There was nothing on 5 minutes as well, so we went down to 1 minute, and on 1 minute you will find that this order block was made. I actually can't remember from where did I take the trade, so I can't recall. Wait, I'll check the other chart. So I maintained 2 charts, one for making the videos and one for trading, because I can draw new figures on the other chart while I'm explaining it to you. Yes, so this is exactly where I took the trade. you will see this order block got formed on 1 minute. Then there is this order block again on 1 minute. So we were unsure which order block would get, you know, respected. But when I saw that price was giving a momentum from here itself, that's when I entered and kept a stop loss below, exactly below this order block, and I booked 1:5 profit because that's all I wanted for the day, and that's it. That's how today's trades went, and that's how gold moved today. Even though these are very small trades and generally I don't do it, but it's also very fun because it's short and still gives you 1:2, 1:1.5, 1:3 kind of ratios. So I'm enjoying scalping. Let me know how the video was. Let me know if you have any doubts or suggestions. Please comment all those down in the comment section below. And I'll see you with another video some other day. Thank you so much.